everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe. That way we can increase the viewership inside YouTube's algorithm to get information and knowledge out to a greater audience. So back here in Texas, going to be going through, the parts finally came in and I finally got back, so we're going to be installing the proper 30 amp inlet for the generator on the house. And then we also got the generator interlock kit that we're going to be installing in the breaker panel. So stand by. Alright guys, so what we got going on in here is, if you remember from the last video, all of my breakers started up here. So with the interlock kit, when you put the panel back up, the interlock will actually go, so your backup, your backfeed breaker has to be up in this position. That way it actually controls, so you're not able to turn on the main breaker along with the generator breaker. So what I've done is I actually cut all the power to everything and I moved everything down 2 notches. And then what I did inside of my panel, because everything is labeled, if you'll notice, I moved everything down, updated it with a different colored pen, and then I just put a single slash through it so you could actually tell what used to be there, so that way you're not covering up any data. Alright, so here's our original outlet that we used to backfeed for the generator. I'll be replacing this with the right one that I finally got in from Amazon, so stand by. Alright, so what we got here is, remember when we originally installed this box, I actually sealed it up with some caulking, or some silicone. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score that with a utility knife, and then we can open it up and we can get the new inlet installed. Alright, so as you can see, we got the box removed, we got the outlet removed, and then we kind of cleaned up all that caulking, so we'll have a nice flat flush mount with our box. All we have to do is remove the single gang box, and then we can mount our new 30 amp inlet. Alright, so what you're going to do when you start, get your box, you loosen up your set screw. Inside it will be your instructions, your stickers to mark your box. You'll set them off to the side. And then you'll have a grounding wire that connects all of it together. I like to separate that for now because you have a knockout in the back you got to remove. So you just take your screwdriver, take a hammer, gently tap on it, and just wiggle it. That way you can feed your wire through. So now that we got our box installed, we got our wires dressed, we got everything set up, we can go ahead and attach our plug. As you can see, we got our ground coming from our receptacle, tying to our box, and then feeding back in, so we're bonded there. We got our neutral attached, we got our black hot, and we got our red hot. Now all we got to do is button up the box. And there you have it. Now we have a properly installed 30 amp inlet, eliminating the need from that jumper. Alright, we got the final step done. So we have the breaker interlock. So as you get up closer, you can see you cannot slide this up, and you cannot turn on the generator breaker with this blocking bar. So what you have to do is just follow the instructions in the kit that you get, and make sure you order it for the type of box that you have. Mine is a home line, so by Square D. So all I did was make sure I ordered that kit. It finally arrived here, and I arrived back in Texas. So when you're doing this, I always like to make sure I unload everything. So I will flip off all of my breakers. Then I flip off my main breaker. Once you flip off the main breaker, you're able to slide this up, and then you can turn on your backfeed breaker. Now there's warning stickers that come with everything, so you make sure you get those installed as well. It also comes with just a generic instruction. So I hope this kind of wraps up everything, gives everybody a little bit better idea on what they need to do to properly protect their systems when you're installing a backup generator. Alright everybody, so that kind of wraps up finishing up the install for the backup generator here at the house. Got the interlock installed and got the proper inlet installed for the generator hookup. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to comment on, please leave a comment in the inbox, and I'll get back to you. Other than that, God bless.
Someday